It's interesting because I was lucky enough that I'm more butch, so I look more male, and it took a lot of work. It took a lot of proving who I was. It took being better than everybody else, but we see that in many, businesses and things like that, to be able to make it. I, as an officer, had a much easier time. Enlisted troops don't. I don't know how many women I talk to in the VA who have been raped because they just haven't met the right man in the military. They're suffering from PTSD, and the VA does not know how to treat that. It's a reality of the military service for enlisted women much more than officers. So it is a piece that is out there that's why I said commanders need to stand up for that, and you step forward because you don't want to make those waves. There was an admiral in the Pacific Fleet, I think, that said go find your best and your brightest women and kick them out because they're lesbians. There's a sexism issue that's going on here. It's the reason that gay men are considered less, because in our general American society, it's much more about you're not a real man if you're gay. And if you're a woman, it's even one step behind that. So we find some interesting allies when we begin to talk about it as a sexism kind of issue and getting over that. And I think that that's part of what I'm seeing is the trend in the military as Gen X, Gen Y come in and begin to move up into leadership and management. They're used to having women that do this well. They're not the power threat. They're not the bitches who are coming in that you don't want part of your unit and part of your organization. So we're going to see that change, just as we've seen with integration and as we've seen women come in, and the next step will be with gays and lesbians, is my perception.
Many people may not know this, but I think it's double, but if you look at the percentage of women in the military and the numbers of people who have been discharged, it's almost double by percentage-wise. Twice as many women have been discharged under Don't Ask, Don't Tell. There's a lot of reasons for that, but she alluded to it too. The military is a masculine culture, so obviously an effeminate man might, you might try to cover that up a little more. So that there's a lot of reasons for those numbers, but I do agree though that sexism is absolutely part of it, and we still see that.
I had to deal with it as an inspector general on a